Hi. In our last reflection, we looked at the holiness of God in Himself, the Blessed Trinity, and we saw that God is pure love and therefore pure joy. And then that the creation of the world and of us is a consequence of God's interior joy. A way of understanding this might be from Wordsworth and his very famous short poem, Surprised by Joy. The background to this is that he had a young daughter with whom he was very close, and he used to go walking in the woods with her in the Lake District. And when he would see something, he would typically, like any father with a young child, say, "Look, the fox, the squirrel." And she died, unfortunately, as a young girl. And he would continue his walks in the woods, but alone. And in this walk, he is walking the woods, and he obviously sees a fox or a squirrel, and then automatically turns to share this with his daughter, forgetting momentarily that she is not there. So it begins like this then. Surprised by joy, impatient as the wind, I turned to share the transport. Oh, with whom? But thee, long buried in the silent tomb. So we see him describing his desire to share his joy, surprised by joy, impatient as the wind. And he turns to share the transport, that is the transport, the delight. But then with whom? She's not there. Now, thinking of God sharing his transport of joy with us, we're not there. We're not there to begin with. But his joy puts us there. His joy is creative. And we are, in that sense, his gift to us, a gift to somebody that doesn't exist initially, and the very existence of the gift. And then he just pours a multitude of other gifts on top of us. The way Pope Benedict described this was, creation is the primordial gift of love. And he says, the law of gift is written into the fabric of reality. That's in his letter Deus Caritas Est. What does he mean by that? Well, think of gifts, and what is a gift? Now, a gift is always something material, something visible, a bouquet of flowers, something edible, a box of chocolates, something wearable, a ring, necklace, something you can use, something nice, always something very good. It's given freely. The person, if they were forced to give it, that would be more like theft or something, and not a gift. So it's given freely, and it is given not because the person has earned it, because then that's wages or payment. So if you at the end of a working week go up to get your wages, and the boss were to say, "Well, I got a lovely gift for you here now, and here it is, and it's your wages." When you say, "That's not a gift, that's just my wages, I deserve that." So it's very different from something that has been earned. It just comes from the goodness of the other. And of course, it is an expression or a sign of something that otherwise would be invisible. So a sign of love, a manifestation of love or honor or gratitude or something like that that is invisible. But you want to make it tangible, visible, even edible. Your love, your appreciation, your gratitude to this person. It's a very natural thing then that we kind of translate that love, gratitude, esteem into something tangible, because we're not angels, we're flesh and blood, and we only see visible, tangible, edible things. And therefore something invisible, intangible, like love, honor, gratitude, therefore has to be translated into a gift for one another. And this is what God, in fact, does from the very beginning. He translates his infinite love for us into this almost infinite number of gifts that he gives us, beginning with our existence, and then all the things that he gives us on top, all our gifts, the wonderful things of creation, the beauty of creation, the usefulness of creation, the abundance of created goods all around us. And so it's interesting when we kind of look at this all as divine gift, all supremely good, incredibly good. The more we examine nature, we're in awe at the wonder of nature, and all freely given. In other words, God was not constrained to give us these things. God freely, as it were, one fine day, decided, okay, here we're going to create man and woman and give them all these gifts. Not because they earned it, not because we're forced to, but because of our love. So an amazing thing. The whole universe, again, says St. Thomas Aquinas, is a gift from God to us. And everything in it is a sign of his love for us. Everything is a sign. But I suppose, like any kind of language of signs, you need to know the language. If you're learning French, there's a whole system of signs. You have to be able to read the signs, to interpret what the person is saying to you. And it kind of in a similar way, we have to be able to look at creation around us, and see what is this saying to us. There's a famous Irish philosopher called George Berkeley, and he called all of creation God's divine visual language. So normally language is audible. He said this is a visible one, and it's divine. It comes from God. It's a lovely expression, in fact. Also with gifts then, they are transformative. You receive a beautiful gift, and not that you have to repay it, because that's almost like bad manners, because you kind of cancel out a gift by paying for it, as if the person never gave you a gift. It's ingratitude, really. But you do respond, because it's a manifestation of love or honor, and love begets love. And so with these gifts, God is drawing out from us, or trying to draw out from us, our love for him in the very first place. And again, our love for him then is manifested in return through our gifts of our prayers, made tangible, audible, our sacrifices, again, tangible, at the Mass, a whole series of signs, but all in this language gift. There's I think it's a very fruitful way to look on creation, all of creation, God's gift to us. I give you thanks, my God, for the good resolutions, affections, and inspirations you have communicated to me in this meditation. I ask you for help to put them into effect. My Mother Immaculate, Saint Joseph, my Father and Lord, my guardian angel, intercede for me.